Hey everybody, this is Jim and Warren, and you're watching Talking Vintage, brought to you today by
Decades Reclaimed.
Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813. Yes, check out Decades Reclaimed on Facebook. It'll tell you about all the events they got coming up, because we got a ton of stuff coming up. And check them out on the web at decadesreclaimed, all one word.com, on the web.
Show 38, by the way.
Yeah, this is show 38. We should have put that in the beginning so we could tell, but it's not a big deal. Here we go. Joke of the day.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
You've been saving those for the end.
Warren,
right?
just wait.
Okay.
Warren was building a building out of books the other day. It was a few stories high. Okay, so, yeah, dumb joke.
They're getting worse.
Today, and today is October 25th, by the way. We didn't even say that in the beginning. Today is National Greasy Food Day. Gotta love that. National Greasy Food.
Yeah,
My favorite
for
national
breakfast.
greasy food is probably pizza.
Ooh, well,
I mean, that's what I consider super greasy. I know fried food is greasy, but anyways. And then today is National Chucky Day. You know, the little doll with it? Yeah, Chucky Day.
Oh.
Today in history, in 2001, Microsoft released Windows XP. It's been that long,
Wow.
Windows XP.
Wow.
And in 1986, these are in no chronological order, obviously, Tweety Carter was born. Do you know who Tweety Carter?
Not Tweety Bird?
No, Tweety Carter.
Tweety Carter. I have no idea who Tweety
Yeah, he's a
Carter
basketball player. I didn't know either, but anyways, there you go.
Carter.
All right, moving on. Christmas plans. You got Christmas plans?
is. We're staying in Florida.
Yeah,
We're not going north.
I'm going to my mom's in Asheville, North Carolina. That's my plans. But no, that's not the plans we're talking about. We're talking about what you're planning to do for Christmas as far as decorating goes. Because vintage is still in. Vintage trended hugely last year. It's back this year. So if you're going that route, if you're planning that for your Christmas plans, you need to shop early. Because yeah, I mean, it'll be out soon here at Decades if it isn't out already by the time you guys watch this video. But I mean, if you're gonna do vintage, you want to get out to the vintage and get it before it's gone.
Correct.
Yep. And you know, a lot of people, I mean, Christmas plans, we talk about, you know, what we're gonna do or whatever. Vintage is kind of a theme. You can go with different themes, colors, or whatever. Theming your Christmas is trending this year too. And then another thing is adding to what you have. You know, if you have a bunch of Christmas and you don't want to go and like change it all up, just add to what you have. Yeah. You know
True.
what I mean?
True.
Start a new tradition. I mean, when we were kids, we would all go out and pick out ornaments every year, and they weren't like numbered or anything, or I couldn't tell you what year we got them, but every year we got a special ornament for the tree, each person. That was our tradition. You know what I mean?
I have one.
You can bring back traditions like that, or you can start a tradition of your own. And that's always good, because I can remember back to when I was a kid. I don't even know if my mom still has them, is the little glass toy soldiers. You know, that where they were ornaments. Yep, I can remember those. Not the one that I made at preschool or anything like that, but that one. You know, and a couple other ones like that. And I have on my tree, I have, you know, every year I go out and buy a different one. I have like, you know, the Redskins and some different ones.
Do you have a pickle in your tree?
No, I don't have a
You have a
pickle
pickle
on
in
my
your
tree.
tree?
No, I don't
That's
want.
a tradition too.
There you go. You can put a pickle on your tree.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next thing. We're going to go into our vendor corner. If you're a vendor at a shop, you should be getting ready for the season. Even though here at Decades Reclaimed, we aren't super seasonal, a lot of vintage shops across the United States are seasonal. Summer is just a slower season, but get ready for the season. So if you haven't started already, you need to get ready now, because when everything starts selling and you haven't gotten ready or you haven't put new stuff in, you're just kind of too late. So if you're a vendor, these are my tips for you. So get ready for the season. And the next one is to pivot. Pivot constantly. If you have stuff that isn't selling, pivot, go in a different direction. But you got to keep changing. You got to keep changing with the times. Mm-hmm. You know, often we talk about stuff like when we're talking about hot or not.
Right.
Things that are hot and things that aren't. You know, things that used to sell may not sell now. Things that once sold that weren't selling can come back again, like glass did. Glass made a huge comeback last fall, and it's been pretty steady since then. I can think just recently a trend was milk glass. Now, milk glass was absolutely huge years ago, and then it kind of died off. Well, it's kind of making a comeback. So, you know, you gotta pivot. You gotta look at those things, and you gotta be ready for those things. So, you know, that's it. Get ready, pivot. And you can pivot with price too.
Yeah, oh yeah. No,
Yeah, you know, you can lower price, but sometimes just lowering price isn't the way to do it. It may be the item's not seen. I think the biggest thing that you can do for your booth is change it up. Move it around.
Yep.
I mean, often in the shop we have an area we have to fill in, so we'll go and we'll get pieces and we'll bring them into that area, and they instantly